Hello, 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 my collective, my angels. How are you doing today? I was gonna go ahead and get a message out for you today. Tap into the energy, you know, let you guys know what's going on, what I'm feeling. Already, I can tell you that the energy that I am feeling for today is that I feel like there was the last conversation, or for most of you, maybe not for some of you, um, is that there was like an argument, perhaps an argument between you and a person on your mind. And in the heat of that argument, like they said something like they possibly could have told you that they didn't care about you, or they didn't love you, or you didn't mean anything to them. They didn't care if you left, you walked away, like maybe you told them you were done with them, and they acted like it didn't, it didn't mean anything, like it didn't bother them. You can go, step, go, move on, who cares? And I feel like, at that time, like they didn't care. And 111, when I say that, I felt like, part of it was they were in the moment, in the heat of the argument. And I think another part of it is, at that time, that they didn't really see, you know, what you really meant to them. Or maybe they had other things going on in their life. Like, they were given into superficial relationships. They were busy with their friends. They were juggling other responsibilities. They were more into the material, chasing money, out here in the street, chasing other men, chasing other women. They were just busy with being selfish, greedy, and just in their ways, what benefits them, what makes them happy, and just living in the moment, enjoying a life. So they weren't really focused on you, your needs, too, when I say that, and just your relationship, making your relationship a priority, or your needs, or what your happiness, okay? And I think, like, you made the decision to walk, to move, to do what was going to benefit you, 22, when I say that. And I think that since you guys have gone into separation, since you have pulled back your energy, since you've decided to be silent, heal yourself, pour into yourself, do your own thing, whether you're focusing on career, family life, maybe education, school, just your dreams. Maybe some of you moved on with new relationships. You're just doing what pleases you, what makes you happy, setting boundaries. I think that, the fact that you're not paying this person any attention, you haven't returned, you haven't reached out to them, you're not asking about them, just not giving to them, in any shape, form, or manner. I think that this person's missing you. They're starting to feel the weight of you not being in their life. I think they're starting to really realize what you meant to them. 333, when I say that, how much they really did depend on you, rely on you. I don't think that this person realized the positive influence you were on them. I think they took you for granted. The love you poured in, the unconditional love you gave them, the sound advice you gave them, even just being an ear sometimes when they needed to vent, that shoulder to lean on, that person that they can rely on, depend on. Even like, I felt like you were just there, and this person took for granted that whenever they needed you, you were there. Even if you had to juggle some things to be there, you were there. Although I felt like it was one-sided. This person, you couldn't depend on this person to be there for you. You showed up, okay, for this person each and every time. And I think that this person kind of, didn't realize how much they really relied on you. And I think that now that you're gone and you're not there, the people, or whoever, the third party, the friends, the family, or whoever these people are with, like, I don't think that they're showing up for this person the way that you did. 444, when I say that, And I think that they're starting to see, like all these options, all these other people they chose, all these things that took priority over you, that they were out there living a limelight, having fun, where they thought it was all about that, you know, um, when they need that person, to be there, that person giving that sound advice, that be like, you make them feel protected, you make them feel loved, like they're not getting this, they're not getting this, and it's causing them to see the difference. I'm sure they're doing some comparison, and they're missing you, okay? And now this person is sitting back reflecting and thinking, oh my God, like I made a mistake, what did I do? How do I make this right? How do I take this back? Why did I say that? And I think this is really has this person in their feelings, and they're wondering, like, can they fix this? Why do they do the things that they do? Why did they say what they said? Is it too late? And also, I feel like this person may have some pride and ego too. And although they may regret what they said to you, like, for some, I don't feel like this person will really come out and say, like, they're sorry they were wrong, okay? They may, in a roundabout way, do something, reach out, test your temperature, just do something for you to read between the lines, to say, hey, I care, or hey, I apologize, without actually saying it. But this person definitely is feeling regretful. They do feel like they've messed up. They are seeing the difference. And they are alone. With this thought of a regret. Okay. So let's tap into the cards and see what the cards reveal. Dear God, I'm calling you to use me as a tool to help the collective on their healing journey. If there is a message for a certain individual, may you guide them to my channel so that they can receive the message. Ask that my spirit guides and my good archangel protect me as I do this reading from any harm, any negative influence that may come my way. Okay, spirit guides. So what is there? Alright. So yeah. This person wants to take action towards you. With the 17 being out here, they do see you as a star. They do see you as being a gift to them from the universe, from the divine. They do see you as being spiritual, with you being in the white horse and them being in the black. They were definitely acting out in their, negative influence and their negative ways, with the negative thought patterns and reactions and emotions, with maybe negative influences around them, that you are running from them towards, you have run from them towards, a better environment, more positive, inviting, more spiritual. You're going towards your spiritual journey, and you're going towards greener grass, something that's not caught up. You're tired of being caught up in these weeds, caught up in all the struggles, dealing with the entanglements that they have going on, the drama, the toxicity, okay? You don't want to be bound to the situation, bound to this negativity anymore, okay? So you're going over to greener pastures, and this person sees you leaving them. They see that you have left them, and although they want to be with you, like, they didn't take action. Like, they saw you leaving and they did nothing to stop you from going, okay? They watched you leave. They didn't try to stop you. They just said what they said. Like I said, they do miss you. Like, they do want to keep you in their energy. I do feel like this person is holding on to your energy, and they do want to take some type of action to try to come back towards you, but they're just not taking any movement at this time. It's just thought, they're thinking about possibly, like, how to come back towards you. Yeah, like, this person's in their 7th chakra, so they are doing some meditation at this point. They're trying to use some wisdom. They're up in their conscious mind, trying to consciously think of, like, what can I say? What can I do? Like, how can I get this person back? This being a 41 going to a 5, they do know that they need to make some changes in their life in order to get you back, okay? They can't continue to act out in their negative ways, with their negative thinking, with their limited beliefs, and how their old patterns of behavior to have you back, because they know that's not going to work with you. And with this being Archangel Uriel, all right, so Uriel is one that you will call on, when you want to bring peace, to your life, when you're asking for guidance to help you heal things, when you want understanding and, knowledge to kind of shed light on the situation. So they are trying to really, set some prayers out and try to ask for some wisdom. They're asking above, to advise. Yeah, so they are asking, like, what do I need to do to get the collective back in my life? Like I said, they do miss you, and they aren't trying to tap, into their higher consciousness to find the way forward with you, okay? With this woman holding a coin, like, this person, could have been, in their dealing, could be losing some finances. They could be losing some finances. They could be trying to seek some financial advice. All right. This is also like someone that they have reduction in their money. They need to pay attention to their financial affairs. This is also someone who realizes that they devalued you. They didn't see the value in you. They may have criticized you. They doubted your value and what you could have brought to their life. This is somebody who could have thought that, they, what's the word that I'm looking for? Help me, Jesus. Like, they could have thought, like, you, like, they, Jesus, like, what's the word? Like, they felt like they were the big dog, like you didn't level up to them. Like, they were arrogant, they were ego, and they thought, maybe they thought like you were too naive, too slow. Like, maybe they thought like you just weren't on their level. That's the word. They felt like you weren't on their level, okay? Also, this person could have experienced some heartache from someone from their past, a woman from their past, and she was negative to them in some type of way. They could have had a negative, toxic relationship with someone from their past who devalued them, who tore them down, okay, made them feel like they weren't worth anything, who constantly criticized them, made them feel like they weren't enough. And maybe, this person, maybe, collective, you came across as really having your life together and having your ducks in a row, and maybe like this person could have thought, because this person in the past devalued them to the point, it's a possibility for some of you, like maybe they didn't feel like they were worthy of you. Maybe they didn't feel like they could level up to you in some type of way. What else? Yeah, but this person does see you as being abundant. They do see you as being peaceful, happy, being positive, having vitality to you. They do see you as spiritual. They do feel like, like things just come easy to you. Like God just pours blessings on you. Like He has favor on you. Like people just love you. Things just, like you could just, like you're a manifester. Like things are just attracted to you. This person was just attracted to you. This person sees you too as beauty, as alluring, as seductive, as, just like things just being magnetized to you. Good things just come to you very easily. This person doesn't want to walk away from you anymore, This person definitely wants to take action towards you. They don't want to walk away. They want to come forward. They want to go towards, I feel like this person wants to leave behind a terrible, a negative situation. um they felt very stuck. Like, I feel like this person felt stuck in a situation or a location, maybe a job, a relationship. They stayed there out of habit, out of fear. And now this person feel like it's healthier for them to walk away from it. Okay? I feel like this person realizes that their habits and their familiarity of the way that they constantly did things caused them to ignore their intuition and their feelings, and allow them to stay in a present situation even though it wasn't healthy for them, even though it may have been toxic for them. For some reason they thought like the time wasn't right. They just kept saying, yeah, that I want to go towards the collective, I want to be with the collective, but just not now. I see a future with the collective, they're good for me, I want a relationship, that's where I want to be. I can see us being together, I do see us having a family, a home, being happy, but I need to, right now it's just not right. The timing is just not right now. I need to work on some things. Maybe they need to work on their credit, maybe they need to work on their finances. Like, they just kept finding things that they say they need to work on before they can come towards you. Only thing is, they were never working on those things, and the reason why is like they were just building up these excuses, like, as to why they can't come towards you. But really, they just didn't want to let go of the familiarity that they had, because although what they had wasn't really helping them to grow, okay, it wasn't nurturing them in any way, it was toxic. They were getting into conflicts. It wasn't positive. They were actually getting tired of the same old thing. They weren't happy, they didn't have peace. It was what they were used to. It was their habit. They knew what to expect on a day-to-day, and so they knew how to survive in it. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. So it's like, even though it's unhealthy, they formed unhealthy patterns. They knew how to survive, and versus the fear of the unknown. They did appreciate you. Okay, they appreciate the beauty you had. They thought that you were very beautiful, you're very alluring, very seductive. Okay, they still see the beauty in you. You carried a lot of grace, a lot of wisdom, a lot of love. And again, like, they saw these parts of you, this unconditional loving in you, but yet they feel, tangled in the weeds of what they had going on, their familiarity. They felt stuck in a situation, whether they were, felt like they weren't financially, they were stuck due to finances or a marriage, long-term relationship. Maybe they had family situations going on. Maybe they had a child from someone, they were connected with a child parent. Maybe they were business partnerships, commingled finance, money, whatever the situation was. Or maybe it was old mindset patterns of behaviors. It's a way of thinking, maybe religious beliefs, traditional beliefs. This person has this handkerchief, so they are sad. I believe they probably have been crying about the loss of you. They are upset, about what has gone on. But definitely with the 15 up here, this person has given into temptation. All right, this person has been held back by self-destructive patterns. This person was a little envious of you being able to just be free to live your life, free to make your own choices, free to just be in your mind, your religion, and your spirit, to just free to love and not let fear hold you back. You know, you didn't like not to just live life boxed in. Okay, I'm free to authentically be yourself. Okay, like this person like loves you, they do love you, but I do feel like with this heart being in this cage, like this person was holding back their love. All right, they're holding back this love, and they weren't giving this love to you. Like, although you do have the key to this person's heart, they kept it locked in the cage. They didn't want to give it to you, possibly out of fears being hurt. Maybe they were hurt before, because above this we do have, like, you know, like I said, someone from the past who may have tore them down, devalued them, you know, made them feel not worthy. Like, maybe this person didn't want to be hurt by you. Maybe they're afraid of, if they gave this love to you, that they'd be hurt again, or you know what will happen. But this person does want to be able to love. Like, they do want romance, they do want a happy, you know, life with you, beginning with you. Okay, they do want to be able to walk into that happiness, that love with you. Yeah, this person held back their love. So this was a one-side relationship. Like, you gave your love to this person, but they didn't return that love to you at all. This person held back. They held back. And not only that, but like this person, like, they don't have self-love. They need to learn to love themselves as well. Like, this person, they don't feel worthy. They don't feel worthy of love. This person is disconnected with their heart in some sense. This person, not portion. Why I say portion? So maybe a portion of this person needs to work on loving. Okay, this person could be going through a divorce or separation at this time. Or there could just be some emotional rift going on between two people, like someone they're connected with. If not a divorce or relationship, maybe someone they've been in a long-term relationship, or someone who they just care a lot for, someone they care a lot for on a deeper level in some way. This can also talk about like an old separation. So somebody could have been separated from someone for a while, okay, and now they're just making a decision to, and maybe they were separated from somebody for a while, and they could have possibly got back together to try to give it another chance to see if they can rebuild it, but the relationship really just has been dead. It's been dead for a while, and them coming back together just really showed 1222 when I said that, how toxic it really was. And maybe now a decision, you know, someone's reached a decision that it's just not working, we need to go our own ways. That's a possibility. But definitely this card is saying that it's time to let go. It's time to release something toxic. You know, it's unrequited love at this point. This card is asking, it's saying that it's time to free your heart and open your life up to something that's more honorable to you, something that's more loving to you. You know, you need to take a basically look in the mirror, find your self-worth, learn to love yourself again. You know, take some time to yourself. Tap into your emotions, be tender with yourself, allow yourself to be vulnerable with yourself. You know, just get in touch with yourself again. Find your happiness, find your peace. Okay, so let's see, like, let's see if we can see a little bit about this person. Like, who this person might be to you. Yeah, I'm a bully outside, but inside I'm crying for help. Like, I do feel that with this person, you know, especially with this, with them being detached from their heart, with, you know, them not feeling self-love, being vulnerable, and also like what I said from the beginning, and then with the handkerchief in here, like, I do feel like somebody's crying inside, you know. So we have that, abusive. confirmation. You know, I told you I felt like somebody might have been negative and verbally abusive. Somebody could have been tearing, you know, your person down, making them feel like they devaluing them in some way, making them feel like they weren't good enough, they weren't worthy, making them feel like nobody else was going to want them, like they weren't good enough for anyone else, like maybe making them feel like they were the only ones that might want them. And that could have been their way of just holding on to them, because maybe that person actually doesn't feel good enough for themselves. This person is saying they've changed, like they've changed in some way, like maybe they are growing from going through this experience, from the loss of you, and maybe going back to a situation that you know, was not a wise choice to do, or a bad move for them, a bad choice. This person might be experiencing some bad credit at this time. Okay. Let's see. What else, spirits? Somebody could have a stalker. Someone could be trying to walk away from a situation, and the other person doesn't want to let them walk away in peace. Like they might be aggravating them, calling them, popping up on them, you know, just harassing them. Like I said, in this card, somebody might be trying to go through separation or divorce, and someone probably just not, you know, is trying to fight it. They just not letting them just leave the situation, because someone definitely wants out of a situation. They're tired. Yeah. Someone said they're dealing with some confusion. They said they're disgusted. They're disgusted. Like, maybe they could have been confused about you, collective, at some point. And now they're just disgusted with the decision that they made. Disgusted with the mess that they've made of things. What the choices that they made. How they've allowed themselves to get back into a toxic environment. What else, spirits? What else is there? With these flowers out here, someone might like to garden or plant flowers, because I do have a lot of flowers out here, a lot of flowers. So someone might be into planting, or just have like a lot of flowers around their yard. Pimp. Someone could have been very lustful, one party or both parties. It could have been some infidelity going on in the relationship. Where neither parties really trust one another. Wisconsin might mean something to somebody. That showed itself twice. Ooh, gosh, what is this trying to come out? Type B personality. Relaxed, flexible, but not ambitious. So someone, your person could normally be a relaxed person, pretty flexible, but you know, sometimes not ambitious, or you could be that way. Someone's coming across as being grumpy, like very grumpy. Someone who's always miserable, always looking for, you know, always negative. Just always have a negative aspect. Looking for the negative in a situation. Just always pessimistic. Never optimistic about things. And you know, so like if you have a type B personality and then you're dealing with a grumpy person, that's kind of like not a good match. Because like where somebody's just kind of like down to earth, you know, they just don't, and then the other person just constantly negative, that could be a little aggravating, because it's like there's always something. Always something. Actor, actress. So someone's always full of drama, always acting. So like they could be acting out their emotions a lot, like quick to pull the waterworks, quick to like overemphasize. Like if they're sad, then we gotta go quick to tears, over dramatize things, you know. Just perform, just really perform. If you're upset, you gotta just really put on a theatrical show with your performance, like throw bottles, just really act out that anger. It's just do too much. Just be dramatic. So somebody could just really just be dramatic with their emotions and how they're acting and portraying their emotions. Okay. Someone also could be an actor or actress, like they're putting on a front, like they're pretending. They're not really showing who they truly are. They're pretending to be someone who they're not. All right. They may be pretending to come across nice and sweet when really they're BIT in the inside. Okay. How they come across to others, you know, like, and they could be acting. They both could be an actor and an actress. They could be acting like everything behind door. I mean, to the public, everything is fine, but behind doors, everything is falling apart. It's a mess. Maybe they don't want the public to know. Like, they could be trying to keep up an image for the public. Don't really want you to know what's going on behind doors. They want you to make them think like they really got it all together when they don't. Green can mean something to somebody. All right, just like maybe one or two more from here. Because I feel like these got upside down, so I'm almost tempted to leave these alone because they're falling all over the place. I got maid. I'm just going to take this last one, maid. All right, so somebody could be a housekeeper, or somebody needs to do some housekeeping in their life. They need to clean up some of the friends and family that they hang around. They need to clean up some negative emotions about them. They need to clean up their way of thinking. They need to clean up maybe some addictions that they may have, okay? So we get that with maid. Some housekeeping is in order with that person. All right, so let's see. Spirits, tell me, like, what does this person have going on? What else? Tell me what else is there. Yeah, somebody's dealing. See, what fake friends, housekeeping. I told you, maid. But yeah, somebody has some fake friends around them. So that clarifies maid. Somebody needs to clean up, like, some of the people that are hanging around. They're hanging around some fake friends. People hide behind the shades. With them wearing the shades, they have some people around them that's like laughing, joking in their face, talking behind their backs, backstabbing. People who really see things in another light from them, throwing shade at them. People that really see this person as to who they really are, but they hang with this person and go along with what this person says, because maybe this person, like, when they hang out, like, maybe they front the bill, they're like the life of the party, like they treat them like really, like, spend, you know, go out. They're the ones, they're the house that they can hang out with. They provide the alcohol, the weed, the vapes, or whatever, the girls, you know. So they go along, but, you know, like, they know what's going on. Yeah, I feel like somebody wants to come in and set the record straight about a situation, about what's going on. Maybe they want to set the record straight about how you perceive things. Maybe a fake friend want to come in and set the record straight. Maybe your person wants one of his friends to come in and tell you, well, maybe one of his fake friends is going to come in and tell you set the record straight and let you know what was really going on with your person, okay? Because maybe they saw that how your person was behaving and felt like you didn't deserve that, and they want to set the record straight and let you know, hey, look, you know, you were too good for this. This is what this person really had going on. Yeah, that person was cheating, third-party affairs with lipstick out here. They were making bad choices. hooking up with people, not even wearing a condom, just in their feelings with randoms, people for the streets, maybe hooking up with prostitutes, girls in the streets, guys in the streets, you know, unsafe sex, fulfilling fantasies, you know. I feel like this person wants to come in and possibly give you a big apology. They want to offer you something, like test your temperature, just kind of see where you stand, see if you're willing to hear them out. Just because they want to get back your energy, because they're dealing with a lot and they don't want to go through it alone. They know they need your energy to help them through a situation, because they're feeling shameful and guilty at this moment for everything that they've done. Okay, they wanting you to accept them back into your life, to show them a little bit of compassion. They're trying to avoid everything that's going on, and they don't like the fact that you're avoiding them. You know, they want to progress forward with you, but they don't want any confrontation when they come in and speak to you. They want a rebirth. They want to start over with you. See if you could redo the friendship, like get the friendship back in a positive way, get back on speaking terms if you're still not in communication with this person. They do miss the closeness that you two had, the intimacy. I do feel like this person doesn't want you to judge them for the mistakes that they made. Yeah. They just want to let go. They just want to take a deep breath. Let go of everything that they're feeling. They do know that they were living in the moment, that they got caught up in the moment, enjoying the good vibes. You know, your relationship got stagnant. It hit a dead end. It hit a dead end place. Now they feel like they stuck in a relationship that they can't get out of. They were hiding behind a mask. They were hiding things from you. They were being secretive. They were being deceptive. They were concealing things from you that they think that you didn't know, don't know. If you do know at this point, you know, they are watching you for sure. All right. And they're watching you, but they're concealing the fact that they're watching you. So they might be watching you through some fake accounts, or they could have somebody watching you as well. Yeah, but you're being protected. Like, you're being protected. Like, whatever this person's doing, a third party could be watching you as well. A third party that's being deceptive in some type of way could be watching you. But you're being protected from any type of harm from Archangel Angel. Like, the spirit guides are watching you. You're under God's protection. Yeah, you cut ties with this person. You're standing up for yourself. This person's trying to cut ties with a third party. At least they're wanting to. They're trying to. They're trying to cut ties, but they're still tied to them in some type of way. Spirit guys, how is this person tied to the third party? Yeah, they're collaborating with someone. They're collaborating definitely with someone, and they are trying to manifest a new beginning to try to get out of this. But how are they tied to it? In what way is this person tied to this person in the past? It has something to do with work, with apprenticeship being out here. Something to do with work. Something to do with work. They're tied to someone that they were collaborating with to achieve some type of abundance that they also could have had, could have been lovers with. So this was business. This was a business and love, a relationship, partnership, union. So they could have went in business with someone that they were romantically involved with, and they were trying to achieve some type of material abundance with. Yeah. And this person's now trying to avoid conflict with them. They're trying to avoid conflict. They do see you as a missed opportunity. This business is that at this point is having a lack of growth. It's like a missed opportunity. Like this business isn't being successful. Like whatever abundance they thought they were going to have with this business, it's not growing. It's like a missed opportunity. And this could have been somebody that they've known since childhood, someone that they grew up with, someone who was generous in them to some type of way. So this is coming someone who may have helped fund this business, either through a loan, help putting it in their name. What else, Spirit? And this could have been a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Yeah. I hate nothing about you. Like this person doesn't hate anything about you. And this person could be reading up on you, seeing something about you, something you could be doing online. Could be rereading text messages, reading something on the internet. You could have posted something, reading a post or something you posted. And with this already knowing the tea, something's going on in this person's life that you already knew about. Like you may have already known like this person was collaborating with somebody else and it wasn't going to be successful. You could have actually told this person about that. Or something that you posted online or something you're doing online, you've mentioned it or you said something that turned out to reveal some type of truth or resonate with this person. Yeah, this person is in a private relationship. This person could have had a private relationship with you as well, kept you private, wanted to keep your relationship private from the public. But this person lacked emotional intelligence, okay? They were very childish with you. They didn't have respect, no morals, no ethic, no moral code. They didn't do what was right. They didn't communicate with you. There was lack of communication. They just didn't open up and tell you. Like this person had a lot of unseen patterns and beliefs. Like their thoughts, the way they were programmed. It was unethical. It was selfish. This person is asking for forgiveness. They want you to release the past. They want you to release the resentment that you hold towards them. They are craving you. They feel like they're consumed with getting you back in their life, okay? They also feel like they have some addictions to something and they're imprisoned by those addictions, whether those are sex addictions. Why did I say addictions? So they may have more than one addiction. So it could be sex and drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be gambling, it could be just toxic relationships, it could be hanging out with friends, it could be their way of thinking. Like this person, you know, feels the need to always be in control. They feel like they always have to have the power. Okay, everything with them is a mental contest. Like, how can I outshine you? How can I outdo you? And like they want to emotionally manipulate you. I feel like this person, you know, I feel like they come across like a bully. You know, everything about them. Like this person feel like they just comes across like somebody that feel like they have the answers to everything. Like they know everything. If you know something, they got to say something that they know to prove that they know more than you. Okay? With divine juggling out here, this person needs to master like their light and their dark. They need to try to work on inner harmony, like trying to heal some things, get in balance with themselves, balance their emotions. What else, spirits? Yeah, this person knows they burnt a bridge with you. They turned their back on you. You don't trust them anymore. You see them as being disloyal. This person wants to reignite a flame with you, but you're not interested. You're not interested. You know, this person, they were greedy. They gave into too much lustful and too much lust. They were inconsiderate of you. They did everything by any means necessary. It was all about themselves. They didn't care about how they made you feel. This person could have gone back to a clingy old ex relationship that was already, like I said, a dead-end relationship that they had a feeling wasn't going to work, but you know, it was something they were used to. They just went back to their old ways, you know, and this clingy old ex probably was still in their old ways. They hadn't changed when they said that they had. And now this person feels trapped. They feel trapped in a situation, you know. They're trapped in the head. They feel like they have no options at this point, maybe, but to stay trapped in that relationship. They feel like you're not going to forgive them. This person's having a hard time forgiving themselves for the decisions that they made. They may also feel like they're stuck in something because maybe they're going into business with this person. Maybe this person took out a loan or something to help front this business. And maybe now they feel like this person, they owe this person something. They're obligated to this person in some type of way. And they can't just get out of it. Yeah, this person was very close-minded. They were unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas. They just had a one-track way of thinking, and that one way of thinking was just their way. Like, how am I going to benefit? This could have been an opportunist. Like, what do I have to gain from this? You know, this person refused to surrender to faith. They refused to just give to God, just take a chance and just release what didn't work for them and just have faith that everything would work itself out. I feel like this person could have been materialistic, wanted to like just have material things, was afraid to start over. Yeah, they had self-limiting beliefs. They didn't want to break the chains. They didn't want to overcome it, and they didn't want to do the work to overcome whatever blocks they had in their life. Oh gosh, you really come flying out here. This person had hidden desires that they were longing for. They wanted to fulfill. What else, Spirit? What else? Yeah. Somebody's putting on a show. If not your person, then the person that they were with was putting on a show. Like, always being dramatic out there on the streets, always need to be seen, all right? Wants the public, always wants to be seen for the public. And I feel like this person also could be someone who's well known in the community. Like, people may look up to them, people know who they are, okay? This person may like to come out at night, is always seeing it at night, a night owl. Likes to go out. Be out in the public at night, out in the street at night. This person also could like to smoke or vape. This person could like to dance, like to have music. This person could live near a street light with a street light glowing here. They could live near a street light with a street light focusing on them. What else? Yeah, this person needs to check themselves, okay? This with putting on a show and lust being out here, okay? So this person person was really living in their lustful ways, and it could have been with somebody who's always out in the streets with a nightlife, constantly putting on a show, you know, being out there. Like, this person might need to check themselves, because we did have a lot of lustfulness out here. We did have a lot of in your fields, engaging in lustful activities, sexual activities, unprotected. Like, this person might need to check themselves, like, medically, to for STDs or something. Yeah. This person also needs to check themselves, because they're seeing that something's not right. Like, something's not adding up. Something in this person's life not adding up. So this person actually could be questioning something. Their intuition might be telling them something, whether it's about a friend, a relationship, or something's just not adding up. See, something just doesn't belong. Something's just not right. So this person just needs to, like, you know, check for themselves. Take another look at something, okay? Because something's not. Give me something, Spirit. Give me something. What do you have? Oh, controlling. Somebody's controlling something. Somebody's controlling your person in some type of way. They're trying to control the outcome of a love story for your person. Or how the love story is going to end. Like, they know, like, a person, and this could be somebody who might be bipolar, have ADHD, PTSD, schizophrenia, somebody who deals with anxiety disorder. Check yourself. Check yourself. Somebody could stay on the west side. Someone who's living in their first house. Someone who cares more about their physical appearance and how they express themselves to the world, you know. And I did have that earlier when I told you about actresses putting on a show. I did tell you that, like, they care more about their self-image and their identity. 30s keep popping out here. So I don't know if that means something to somebody, like 30s, 3s. You know, 3s do talk about expansion, celebration, heartbreak, sorrow. So somebody might be going through some heartbreak right now. Somebody could be in third-party affairs. Somebody's just full of hot air right now. They keep saying they're gonna do something, threatening to do something, holding something over somebody's head, but they're just full of hot air. They're just trying to control. Like I said, I just had controlling, like somebody's trying to control somebody's love story. Like, they're trying to control somebody from going towards a situation that they want to go towards. Like, somebody's heart is with another person, and they're trying to control the outcome of that. Like, keep them bound to them, and they're trying to control them, hold them, keep them stuck in a situation. And so they're trying to tell them, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that if you do this, if you do that. Like, it's like a huff puff blow your hot air. Okay, something about a house. You know, somebody might be losing a house, looking to move from a house. Something could be happening around a housing situation. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me. Did something come out? It did. Yeah, something's ending. Something's ending. There's gonna be a death of situation. Which is 13. Something's ending. A relationship could be coming to an end with a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Something could be coming to an end as well with the clarifying house, with a living situation with that sign. Someone wants to move towards a new beginning. They want to have a new beginning. They want to manifest a new opportunity. An earth sign wants to manifest a new opportunity with someone, and they're going to take action towards them, and they're going to be communicating with them. They're going to have fast communication. They're going to be moving in very quickly with some communication towards that person, or they're going to be traveling towards that person in the near future real soon. Okay, and I feel like this earth sign might be moving away from this water sign. Earth sign is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Because they want to manifest a new opportunity with somebody. They want to be abundant. Yeah, they realize that they abuse their power in that relationship with them. They also feel like the relationship that they have with this water sign, they feel like it lacks empathy. They're cold towards one another. They feel like it's a lot of manipulation going on in that relationship. They feel like this water sign is abusing, you know, her or his power towards them. Yeah, and they want some form of stability in their life. They feel this earth sign wants some type of stability in their life. They feel like they don't have a stable, you know, home life. There's no stability there. It's unpeaceful. There's just no peace. They want to balance their emotion. They want some calmness. They want somebody who's emotionally mature. They want somebody who's compassionate. They want somebody who's loving. They're ready to have balance in their emotions. They're ready to give love to a situation. They're ready to rule with their heart and their mind. They want to put in the hard work and build towards a stable relationship. They want to take their time and work on it. They don't want to rush into it. They want to take their time and work on it. Have something that's going to last. Yeah. Something they have passion towards. Something they feel passionate about. Something that's a relationship that has a lot of passion. They want to have passion in the beginning. Something that they're inspired about going towards. Something they want to take the courage to go towards. They're building up the courage to go towards. They're thinking about it. They're in the head about it. They're doing a lot of meditating on it. They're introspecting on it. Somebody who they think about possibly marrying, settling down with, celebrating with, having a family with, taking a relationship to a higher level of higher level. Right now, though, they feel like they're just juggling a lot of responsibilities. They feel like they have a lot of priorities on their hands. They're trying to be flexible, but they're trying to multitask, but they just feel like they have a lot going on right now in their life. Yeah, this was somebody that was trying to do the right thing, that was trying to conform to their tradition, to how their family felt like they should do things, to their family values. Okay, but this is somebody who knows they need to make a change. They need to do what's best for them. They're being spiritually guided to make a change, and they're trying to find the strength to do so. They're trying to be brave. They're trying to get the inner courage. They're trying to take control back over their life. Focus on themselves. Okay. Somebody who knows that they were so focused on everything else that was going on in their life that they didn't pay attention to the gift that was being handed to them. They didn't pay attention to you, collective, your relationship, the love that was being handed to them, the new beginning that was being handed to them, the peace, the happiness. They didn't focus on your relationship. the stability, the emotional security that they had with you, because they were focused on everything else that they had going on around them. You know, their friends, their family, their finances, you know, just other things that they had that they felt took over priority over you. And they feel regretful about that, okay? They feel bad about that. And now they want to come in, they want to celebrate, they want to start over, they want to collaborate with you, they want to start over with you. So, you know, have a new beginning, have a new friendship with you. Like, what is it? Like, what is it this person would like to say to you, collector? We're good in time here. Yeah. Have faith. Love is coming. They've been struck by love. They now know that they love you. At first, you know, they weren't sure how they felt about you. Now they know that they love you, okay? They miss you. They're thinking about you. They're trying to manifest you back and have a positive mindset towards you. They wanna have a form of abundance. They're trying to get their money built up to come towards you. They do see you as a soulmate. They are gonna surprise you, come in and tell you something. All right, they're gonna tell you that they fear intimacy. They ran from you because they fear intimacy. The feelings were, you know, too intense for them. They let go, you know. They ran from the commitment because of all the intense feelings that they felt. But they do want to come in. They know they sabotaged the relationship, but they do want to come in and work on it to repair it. You know, they want to know, they are interested in talking to you, sitting down and communicating with you. You know, they're letting you know, like, you know, await a phone call or a text message from them. You know, we didn't have the communication coming out there. They do want to take you guys' relationship to another level, a higher level of commitment. They don't want to just be friends with you. You know, they were in their ego and in their fear. They feel frustrated. Like, they lack confidence that you guys could work out. There was just too many, they felt like there was too many differences between you two, and they didn't think it could work, and their ego and their fear got in the way. Okay, they do know that the reason is because of them that this relationship came to an end. Okay, but they do know that you might not give them a second chance, and it's really causing them to be heartbroken over this. They feel lost. They're grieving the breakup between you two. They're very sad. They are watching you. They are looking at things from a new perspective. For some of you, they're stalking you. They're stalking your social media page. They're stalking you. They want to make healthier choices moving forward. They want to be happy in life, okay? They want to practice more self-love, self-care. They see you practicing, you know, more self-love and self-care. They're reminiscing about the old times you guys had. They're trying to learn from the past so that they don't make the same mistakes, and they want to come in and make more memories with you, new memories with you. In some way, they were competing with you, and they got involved with somebody who was competing against you, okay? With another woman, and now they feel like she's competing against you still, or he's competing with you, and they feel like they have to keep looking over their shoulder. This person's willing to take a risk to come towards you, though. They're not showing their hand right now because they don't want anybody to know what they're up to, but they are going to take a risk and come towards you. Okay? So let me get an angel message for you, and then we're going to wrap this up. If you do resonate with what I'm saying at this point, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted to when I put another reading out. What else, Spirit guys? What's the angel message for the collective for today? What's my angel message? Improving health. Alright, so if you guys had some health problems going on, if you were dealing with anything, or if you just had some mysterious ailments or going on that the doctors couldn't figure out, you are going to have some improvements in your health. So you still start to feel more endurance, more energy, more vitality. You know, your aches and pains will start to go away. Health is getting better for you guys, okay? Compromise. Be willing to compromise some things, but not your self-worth or your respect, okay? Not that. But be willing to compromise. Like, be willing to hear a person out. And it doesn't have to necessarily be with just this person, just in general. Like, just be compromising. Like, don't just have your mind set on just your way or the highway. Be willing to look at things from another perspective. Be willing to compromise with people and meet people halfway, okay? There is a peaceful resolution coming for you guys. Everything is going to work its way out. You just have to allow it to come out in divine timing. Everything is being worked out for the higher good. Have faith in all things. Just rely on God. You know, surrender it. Listen to your intuition always, okay? And you are ready. Okay, so this is my reading for you guys for today. Thank you for allowing me part of your spirit journey. And until our next reading, have a good day.